Hi, I'm Movie Cat, and you are watching Fantastic Crap. It has long been a well-known fact that more often than not, movies that are based on video games always fail to be good, and that still stands today. There has not really been that one gigantic blockbuster to pull them out of the stigma of stink. Sure, there's been arguably some good ones, my all-time favorite being the first Mortal Kombat movie, and the Tomb Raider movies were decent. I don't care what anyone says. Warcraft was a very underrated gem. I do admit that I have been waiting for now to do this episode's movie because the 28th of this month marks the 25th anniversary of the film's release, and I thought it would be fun to save this one just for this special occasion. So, let's get this thing kicked off and take a look at probably the biggest of the video game movie failures that formed a cult following over the years. Yes, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yes, the movie disappointed many and was written off as trash. But what happened, like with most movies spotlighted on this show, over the years legions of people rediscovered it and found that it was actually pretty fun and stands out on its own if you remove all the Mario expectations. Sure, as a Mario movie, this is bad. This is a bad film, but as a silly fantasy family adventure, it kind of delivers. So, all you old school gamers out there, get your controllers and get ready to do some grinding because it's time to warp into the cinematic universe of Super Mario Brothers. Oh hey! Starting with the original game music to help set the tone for all the familiar things from our childhood we are about to see realized on the big screen. Maybe this will try its best to stay as accurate to the games as possible. After all,
life was good.
You know, it just don't get no better than this.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, get ready. Your childhood is about to get molested. The film opens up with a woman dropping off a cradle at an orphanage late on a rainy night and rushing off to the sewers. Inside the cradle is an egg that soon hatches into what looks like a human baby. We then fast forward several years into the future where we meet that baby, now grown up, who is running a dig for a meteor because fragments of it was found there, and who is currently being harassed by a contractor who wants to build on that site.
How long are you going to be digging up these bones?
As long as our court order lasts, Mr. Scapelli. The university has explained to you how important this site is. But we'd be done here a lot sooner if your goons would stop harassing us.
Wait, Daisy? Shouldn't that be Princess Peach? Princess Daisy ruled Teresa Land and didn't appear in a Mario game until Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. What are you doing, movie? Well, actually, to be fair, it is widely speculated that Daisy is Luigi's love interest in the games, and she is also his love interest here, so at least they seem to have that accurate. We then meet the Mario Brothers, played by Bob Hopkins as Mario and John Leguizamo as Luigi. They really don't look like their game counterparts, but Bob Hopkins was a friggin' amazing actor. So who cares? And John Leguizamo may still have been somewhat unknown and new at the time, but he went on to prove that he is also a fantastic actor and has become a very respected character actor. The brothers meet Daisy, and Luigi is instantly smitten with her, so Mario prods him into asking her out on a double date, which she accepts. Also about Bob Hopkins and John Leguizamo, they have utterly fantastic chemistry here, and you really believe that they are brothers who have lived together their entire lives.
You weren't about to ask her nothing. You was gonna let her go.
Now she's gonna think I'm a complete idiot.
Come on, you're gonna see it tonight. You impress her with your manners.
Yeah, but why did you tell her that I suck my thumb, huh?
The evil contractor sabotages pipes at the dig site, flooding it, and Daisy gets Mario and Luigi to come and try to stop it. They fix it, but then Iggy and Spike, who have been following Daisy, come in and kidnap Daisy. Iggy and Spike are sons of Bowser, or King Koopa as he is called here, but here they are his cousins instead.
I missed.
Nice job.
Nailed it! Now, Iggy and Spike take her to an alternate world and Mario and Luigi follow them through. They then make their way to a huge reptilian city, and I must say, the sets for the city are very awesome. While they are stumbling through the city, we get our first look at one of the most basic and iconic of the Super Mario Bros. Enemies, the Goomba.
I got a feeling we're not in Brooklyn no more.
Where you going? Hey!
Nailed it!
Come up here.
Mario, I got a feeling.
You know, for the kids. We are then introduced to our big bad, King Koopa, played by Dennis Hopper.
Where is it?
The plumbers took it.
Plumbers. Plumber alert.
Nailed it! Mario and Luigi gets mugged by a little old lady who takes the crystal they got from Daisy, and then Big Bertha from the games shows up and takes the crystal from her.
Come and get it, big boy.
Nailed it! Oh, what the heck? The brothers then meet Toad, another iconic character from the games.
Had no resources in a great big stupor, all because of the evil King Koopa.
Nailed it! Dang it, movie! It's only been like 5 minutes in, and already the nailed it joke is old because you can't seem to get the characters right. Well, one thing I guess I can say is that at least this Toad voice is a bit more tolerable than the original.
Thanks, Mario! Your princess is in another castle!
Toad is arrested for singing anti-Koopa songs, and the Marios get arrested for being plumbers, which takes us to what is probably the most famous scene from the movie.
Name?
Mario.
Last name?
Mario.
Okay, what's your name?
Luigi.
Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario.
Even people who hate this movie loves that scene. Mario and Luigi are then taken in to see King Koopa, who they are told is their lawyer.
You know what I'm talking about!
No one touches President Koopa.
He may be nothing like Koopa from the games, but Dennis Hopper was one of the greatest portrayers of villains and madmen, both subdued and over the top, and I must say, he was on top of his craft here. Koopa has a de-evolution machine that changes things back to their original origins and uses it on Toad. Oh, I get it. I get what they are doing here. Toad is being changed to his unhuman form and will be closer to how he was in the game. Neato.
Even our musical friend Toad can become a loyal child of the royal family. Goomba.
Nailed it! Wait a minute. Toad Toad wasn't a Goomba. Dang it, movie!
But your princess is in another...
No! Hush! That'll be enough out of you! The brothers managed to break loose and escape the police station, and they hijack a car, and through a really fun car chase... Wow! I don't remember Mario Kart being this brutal, and nobody even used the spiny blue turtle shell. Ow. They managed to escape and drive off a cliff, but it's okay. Saved by fungus. Koopa uses his machine to make Iggy and Spike smarter, and Mario and Luigi find themselves trapped in a desert.
Are the Goombas training with the handheld de-evolution gun?
As we speak, sir.
Excellent.
They used the Super Nintendo Super Scope for their de-evolution guns. Nice touch! Oh, and we then meet another beloved and iconic character from the games. Actually, close enough. I must say that even though he looks nothing like his game's counterpart, this Yoshi is all kinds of adorable. Oh, and yes, he still has his long lasso tongue. Mario and Luigi manage to capture Iggy and Spike, and they tell them that the Rock Peach is part of the meteor that crashed to the Earth and created the alternate dimension. If Koopa gets the rock back, he can merge both worlds and take over everything. They decide to try to trade the rock for Daisy, but that means that they must find the big fishy, Big Bertha, and get the rock back from her. Outdated special effects, but still a very cool shot.
Guess we're both prisoners here, huh?
Have I mentioned that Yoshi is friggin' adorable? Iggy and Spike team up with Mario and Luigi, and they break back into the city and track down Big Bertha, and Mario does his best to charm her.
The name's Mario. I'm your main man. You Ramadan, you can of Spain.
I know from her really does indeed mean no. But that does not stop Mario from trying again, and it leads to them dancing while he tries to steal the rock from her. Silly dancing scenes are always fun. Mario manages to get the rock, and the Goombas show up, and Bertha helps them escape and gives them both pairs of those rocket jump shoes.
Python Pizza here, may I help you?
King Koopa here.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like the Koopa special.
Pterodactyl tail on that?
Yes. Dino, lizard, hold the mammal, no worms.
Hold the mammal? But mammals are delicious! Mario and Luigi sneak back into Koopa's tower and sabotage the pipes to make it cold in the building. They then change into some clothes they find and head up into the elevator. An hour and 7 minutes into the film, and finally they are in their iconic clothes. Took them long enough. A bunch of Goombas come into the elevator, and the Mario somehow managed to sneak behind them undetected. And that is when the elevator music kicks in, which leads to another well-known scene, and it's probably my favorite of the movie.
What are you...
goofy dancing with Goombas. Ah, you monster!
Your father. The fungus. Koopa's first victim of de-evolution.
Yeah, it's not every day that you find out that your father is a gigantic booger. Koopa finally gets to rock and prepares for his invasion of Earth.
Muster the Goombas!
The Goombas are still dancing. It turns out that Mario's girlfriend was also kidnapped and was being held with a bunch of other women that they mistook for Daisy back when they were still trying to find her. Mario saves them and they escape using a mattress and the biggest pipe I've ever seen. At least they managed to make the Goombas somewhat cute. That is not how physics work, yet, strangely, very accurate to the games.
Where's my pizza?
All this extra stuff like that added in may not add to the plot, but it does add to the film's charm and personality.
Too late, humans!
Sir, your pizza's here.
Not now.
A lot of personality. Mario and Koopa have their big showdown, and during the fight, the rock gets dropped and found by the villainous Lena, who then flees to use the rock to merge the worlds. Meanwhile, the fight with Koopa continues, and Mario pulls out the big weapons.
He's coming, Papa!
Now, this may seem silly, but this still is pretty accurate to the bombs from the game. Lena uses the rock to merge the worlds, and it does not end well for her.
Yikes.
Man, she sure makes an impression.
Oh, cut that out, Luigi! With the rock and the meteor, the worlds merge, and they are transported back to Earth.
Give me that Devo gun!
What is this?
Monkey!
Hammy actor! But still, I love you anyway, Dennis Hopper. The funny thing is that this role could have been much different. Both Michael Keaton and Arnold Schwarzenegger turned down the role of King Koopa. Now that would have been interesting to see. Oh, and while we're talking about casting shenanigans, Tom Hanks was interested in playing Mario, but at the time, Nintendo didn't think he had the star power to headline a big blockbuster. Whoever made that decision must have been the same person who thought that the Virtual Boy was a great idea. Luigi manages to get the rock out of the meteor, and they are transported back to the Mushroom Kingdom. Luigi and Peach are then aided by Toad.
Take a gun. Go.
What are you doing? It's okay. He's a friend.
Go.
But our princess is in another castle.
Ah! Shut up, Toad! Shut up!
Shoot him! Shoot him!
The running jokes in this are deliciously fun.
Stupid!
Hey! Rude! They have one final shootout with Koopa, and they begin to devolve him with their guns, but that is when the bomb from earlier gets him. If you have to go, go out with a bang.
See you later, alligator!
Nailed it! Finally! Well, kind kinda, and just for 5 seconds. King Koopa then de-evolves back into his original origins. Wow, Koopa really was a slime ball. Wow. The king is Lance Henderson? The friggin' Lance Aliens Henderson? Okay, while it sucks that they only gave Lance Henderson one very small scene with 2 short lines, the fact that Lance Henderson is the king of the Mushroom Kingdom is friggin' fantastic. Well, time for the Mario Brothers to go home. Aww, Yoshi is waving goodbye.
Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle.
Ah, I will murder you! Over and over! Stop it!
And managed to return the missing Brooklyn girls and save a parallel world from a ruthless dictator.
Fly to the max.
I'd call them the Super Mario Brothers.
And we finally get a name drop near the end of the movie. But what we also get is probably one of the most infamous cliffhangers doomed to never be resolved. Ever.
Luigi, Mario! You gotta come with me, I need your help. You're never gonna believe this.
I believe it.
You know, I've always wondered what the sequel to this would have been if it was successful enough to have had a sequel. I've heard that one possibility was him going back and having to save the kingdom from Donkey Kong. I've also heard another rumor that they may have been planning on using Wart from the second game as well, which would have been cool, but we will sadly never know what happens next. There is some good news, though. Apparently, Nintendo is producing a full-length animated movie, so maybe we will get that legit and accurate full-featured Mario film that we always wanted after all. That being said, this was a fun, almost kid-friendly fantasy adventure. The tone was slightly off due to the directors wanting it to be more mature and dark, and the studio wanted a fluffy kids flick. The end result still can be enjoyable if you leave the game at the door and just focus on the movie itself. I give Super Mario Bros. 6 stars out of 10. Well, the adventure is over for now, and it's time to say goodbye until next time.
Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle.
Oh, now, if you will excuse me, I have something to do. See you. Yeah, take that. And that. And that. Still want to tell me that the princess is in another castle? How about now? Die! 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 Well, actually, to be fair, it is widely speculated that Daisy is Luigi's... Did I just call her Disney? Daisy they have one final shot. Oh no, shot! Shoot! Shoot! We then meet the Mario brothers, played by Bob Hopkins as Mario and John Leguizamo as Luigi. They really don't look like their game counterparts, but Bob Hopkins was a friggin' amazing actor. So, and I just clapped there when I was reading that. Don't clap. So Mario prods him into asking her out on a double date, which she accepts. Also, boobies. The brothers meet Daisy and Luigi okay. A bunch of Goombas come into the elevator and the Mario somehow managed to sneak behind them not detective. You know, I've always wondered what the boo-doo-doo-doos